The following videos are some of the most terrifying happenings that were caught on tape. You might need to pause this one and save it for later, because these are the 10 scary videos you won't be able to watch to the end. Number 10. Creepy Apparition. Published in September of 2021, this creepy apparition is about to live rent-free in your brain. Whatever this thing is should stay in the depths where it belongs. While investigating a haunted hospice, the crew first encounters this thing hiding behind a green crate in the darkness. The mysterious pale figure peers out at a normal investigator before launching and giving chase. After losing him for a time, the investigator spots the figure hiding behind a corner. Its creepy face looks wet with red liquid. As the search continues, the creature is seen crawling on all fours toward them. Its limbs look spindly as it moves across the ground like a spider.
Meu Deus, cara! Alan! Meu Deus, Alan!
The scary creature is spotted again rounding a corner of the building. It's crawling like before, and you can even hear a grotesque cracking sound, which sounds like it's creeping across broken glass. It starts to give chase again, causing the cameraman to flee. As they wait for it, the creature follows them up the stairs. All you can see is its bald head and awkward spindly limbs. Again, the cameraman flees up a second flight, but then turns to wait. When he leans over the stairway to gauge where it is, the creature is seen on the landing below. It almost looks like it's licking the floor, just waiting, and then crawls up the stairs toward him as he flees once more. The last sighting of this creepy crawler comes as he rounds another corner, still on the prowl. Although this video is proof that the cameraman made it out alive, surely it wasn't without damage. The image of this thing 100% continues to haunt this man's dreams. Number 9. Not a dog. Posted to TikTok, this girl apparently doesn't know what a dog is supposed to look like. She explains that she has a dog that she rescued from Japan. She claims that he's half Cocker Spaniel, half Australian Shepherd. Well, that sounds like a nice mix. When you get a good look at him, you'll see that he's not a dog at all, appearing much more like a demon, appearing like a creepy painted human head with ghoulish features and skeleton teeth. The rescue's face peers out from the darkness of the woman's closet. That's another thing. Why is she keeping her so-called rescue in her closet? As TikToker Tommy puts it plainly in the comments, well, that's not a dog. I just gotta say, something definitely doesn't seem right with this situation. Number 8. Sightings. This pair of extraterrestrial sightings is making me question everything. Published by Chris Brandy, 602 in July of 2021, this two-parter shows two very similar looking abnormal creatures. Chris writes that she was checking her home security footage to see if it captured the thunder and lightning that she'd heard that caused her lights to go out. In fact, her cameras caught something even more interesting. The footage, which she slowed down, catches a creepy figure streaking across the scene at supersonic speed. It looks like a mere shadow but appears to have a long neck and arms with a big head. In another video, a second mysterious extraterrestrial-like creature was caught on camera in April of 2019 by YouTuber Warmonger. She writes that she heard sounds in the forest and decided to press record. That's when she saw this creature, walking on all fours, streak past. Are these two sightings connected somehow? What are these extraterrestrial creatures and why do they only appear at night? They've sure got a lot of explaining to do. Number 7. Jinn Jump. Just when you thought all the jinn were in hiding. Published by Deranged Sajib in July of 2021. This original footage catches various scary jinn sightings by Arabian ghost hunters.
ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم.
In one of the videos, the jinn spirit is first seen peeking out from a door. The gray figure looks somewhat smoky or transparent. The ghost hunter continues speaking or praying at the jinn.
له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه.
Later, he is in another room where a pair of crutches is leaning against the wall. A powerful force throws one of the crutches across the room.
Bismillah.
It flies and the ghost hunter shouts in fear. The other crutch falls over and something is seen popping out from the cupboard across the room. As the ghost hunter continues on, he is met with other items randomly moving and breaking on their own.
أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
At last he arrives at the jinn himself, peering into the next room through a hole where the doorknob should be. Chanting is heard and then the jinn is seen.
والله هذا كني شايفه هذا وحياة الله هذا كني شايفه.
The figure dressed in a black robe has a narrow greenish face with a red light. It sits on the ground murmuring or chanting, rocking slightly, apparently unaware that he's being filmed. After a while, the ghost hunter speaks to the jinn and gets no response.
شو مالك أنت مين أنت؟ أنت مين؟
He finally opens the door and lets himself into the room, but it is empty. The jinn has mysteriously vanished. Where did he go?
إيه وين رحت؟
I'm still waiting for the jump scare. Number 6. Turn around or don't. Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Lucky1196. This short clip has us all looking over our shoulders. In the scary security footage, a man is seen going to get something out of his car. He opens his driver's side door and leans inside. In a split second, a creepy, pale, transparent figure swoops down upon the scene and appears to push the man and shut the door slightly on him. The figure then disappears. The man turns to look at what caused this unsettling incident, but no one is around. Are you convinced this is real? If not, what do you think is happening here? Number 5. Jinn in the ceiling. This jinn is out of control. Published in March of 2019. This jinn encounter was filmed in India. As the ghost hunter wanders through this scary abandoned place, he turns a corner and a door to the right immediately starts rattling like crazy.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
The lock on it is shaking back and forth. The rattling continues until the man walks forward, unlocks the door, and pushes it forward. Inside is an empty room.
هذا كيف؟ بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله.
He enters and steps in, and something immediately falls off screen.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Scared, the man turns and runs from the room. When he turns back around to look, a bucket is kicked against the wall. He turns to the room as he examines it. A chair is thrown, causing him to leave again. This time he doesn't go back quite yet. Instead, he races down the stairs. After a time, he gathers his courage and returns. As he's walking toward a room, a door starts to close slightly. He walks toward it and it slams closed on him. He kicks it open and continues through the rooms. At last, you think it's all over, but then thumping is heard, seemingly coming from the ceiling. The thumping becomes more and more aggressive. The ghost hunter is not deterred. Instead, he moves something sturdy so he can stand on it and lift the ceiling tiles to see what's there. But whatever is there gets even more hostile.
حسبي الله حسبي الله.
So he decides against it. This is when he's had enough, and who can blame him? Number 4. Poltergeist play. If you don't want a poltergeist ruining your night, steer clear of this guy's creepy house. Published by Really Haunted in September of 2021. This home is without a doubt really haunted. Let's take a tour of the haunted house. In footage taken in the hallway, a curtain flutters and then the door slowly opens.
There we go, the curtain's moving, it's like something's just gone past it, blown it out, you know, when someone goes past.
Could it be just a bit of wind? Well, let's see. In the living room, a Ouija board is sitting in the middle of the space, and the planchette moves across the board on its own. The planchette spells out Mormo, although this word doesn't have any known meaning. The spirit must have some insight, as it moved the planchette without a medium present. In that same room, the Ouija board now gone, a football tumbles from the footstool.
This was like the first time we had multiple things happening.
Followed by a candle flying off the fireplace mantle. Shortly after, the footstool, which is also a storage container, opens and closes on its own. In the kitchen, a tin cup clatters from the dish rack into the sink. In another video in the bedroom, the dog is lounging between the couple when he suddenly becomes alert to something. He springs onto his front paws and is staring into a corner of the room, as if at attention. Later, back in the hallway, the gate on the landing opens as though allowing some ghost to enter the second floor. In another clip in the bedroom, the computer chair swivels from right to left. Not long after, the computer monitor turns on by itself. In another hallway of the home, something is pushed from atop an old suitcase and thrown to the floor. Lastly, in one of the kids' rooms, what looks like a remote control of some kind moves ever so slightly across the windowsill. Luckily, the poltergeist doesn't disturb the child, who continues to sleep peacefully. Would you be able to spend a night in this haunted home? Are you even able to watch this scary video to the end? Well, we'll see about that. Number 3, the village. The people living in this village are not what they appear to be. Published by Kisa Weba in September of 2021. This video is originally from YouTuber Kareem Ballin and has been trending in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. Kareem is exploring a village on the outskirts, in the middle of nowhere at night, as he's